good evening. I should say good afternoon. What am I thinking about? Hey, good evening. Thank you for joining me. It is the Burning River Browns talk on the Fanatical Elves Network, of subsidiary of the Fans First Sports Network. I am Lou Marconi at El Marconi 251 on Instagram, at El Marconi 1973 on Twitter X. Thank you for joining me. Welcome. It is Wednesday night, 9:30 p.m. Eastern Time. We're ready to go. Yeah, I know you probably watched the NBA Finals and all the other stuff that's going on. Appreciate you taking the time to meet with me. I appreciate all of you. Please like, share, subscribe. Fanatical Elves Network, great Browns content from a lot of great people. Check it out. So, what I want to talk about, there's actually two things, but I'm headlining. I'm starting to notice a tide turning a little bit with the national media coverage. It seems to me like they're noticing that the Cleveland Browns are going to be a good football team. Rich Eisen said something on his podcast, and I'm going to play you a video that I saw earlier today from Cleveland.com, and just analyzing from a CBS sports analyst that picked the Browns to win the division this year. So I thought it was very interesting. So let's hope for the best on that. But before we go any further, before we do that, we have sponsors, we have bills to pay. So I need at this point in time to take a break for a word from our sponsors. All right, we're back. All right, thank you very much. I do appreciate you guys, appreciate all of you, appreciate the comments, appreciate the shout outs, all that. Please, it's always welcome. You don't even have to agree with me. This is day 2 of the Amari Cooper holdout. We'll see what happens. I'm writing an article about that. It should drop either tomorrow or Friday, but I didn't look at the schedule yet. I did submit it today. So the national media is starting to come around. Like I said, Rich Eisen's podcast already said that the Browns' highest ceiling, best case scenario, is winning the Super Bowl. Pretty much, he acknowledged that we're a good enough team to do it. Saying he might think that we might have to catch a few breaks. We might have to get a little bit lucky, but we're also going to have to stay healthy. And I've been saying that this whole off season, with good health, I'm relatively good health because in a 17 game season, it's tough to do. We're a good enough team to win it all. And we are. And we certainly are a good enough team to win the AFC North. Now, I hope to play this with you guys, and I hope to get this video up and running without any ads popping up because it is a YouTube clip. If it does, I will just stop sharing. I will just stop sharing that screen and let the commercial play out until it comes back. But let me go ahead and do this. I'm going to go ahead and play this because Lizzie Duazal was the guy's name. I hope I did that right. I wrote it down. He's a CBS analyst. I wrote it down, and I think I probably butchered this poor guy's name. But here it is. Let's play it. Let's watch it.
I got the Cleveland Browns winning this division, guys.
Wow.
Yeah, when you look at this is a championship-type defense, and you know this, Pete. You just stated it, 5 different quarterbacks, Amanda, and they went to the playoffs last year. Deshaun Watson, that is the big question. Will he return to form for what he was doing with the Houston Texans? We saw glimpses of it. Let's not forget, Pete, the game he got hurt versus the Baltimore Ravens, he was flawless that second half with a messed up shoulder. And he actually wanted to fight through this. And probably because of the pressure of getting that $230 million guaranteed, he wanted to go out there, but the doctor said there's no way you can play with this shoulder injury. You would think he'd be a lot healthier. They added Jerry Jeudy to this offense as well. They literally have all the pieces needed. It's on Deshaun Watson. I think he takes that step, and the Cleveland Browns win this division.
So just to clarify for everybody watching, you have the Ravens, who are a Super Bowl favorite.
Yep.
You have Lamar Jackson, everything they did. And you have, Pete, the Bengals winning the division.
And he has the Browns.
And you have the Browns.
Too much overtime on the Ravens team. I think they'll be really good. I just don't think they win the division.
Okay.
And I'm all in on Joe Burrow. I think Joe Burrow, when he's at his
I love Joe Shiesty. I just think he hasn't been healthy, and they're dealing with some issues.
And you have him
players.
out for the second half of the season.
I'm not putting that bad juju on Joe Shiesty. I love Joe Shiesty. I just think the Bengals are going to struggle this year.
You see that? Yep. So much appreciated. Got a comment in here. Got Ed in Columbus. Just like the haters predict doom, I pay attention to the ones that say Super Bowl either. He doesn't pay attention to the ones that say it. Browns have a good team. Got to go 1-0 each week. Yeah, that's right, Ed. I agree. Go 1-0. And then, by the way, after you're done with this, 10 o'clock tonight, the Dog Chug, Ed in Columbus has a great show. I had a chance to be a guest on that show. Had a blast, and with all the guys at the Dog Chug, including Roger and Cuyahoga Falls. Much appreciated. Thank you, thank you, Ed. Thanks for the comment. Yeah, I just saying we have a good team. Got to go 1-0 each week, and that's really the focus. And you're very welcome, my friend. You're very welcome. Of course, I'll put over other shows. I like to do that. All right, so you have a national guy just picked us to win the division and go 12-5. That those words would have never been said last year. He's basing a lot of it on what happened last year and what they did in the offseason. And if you also listen to him, Joe Burrow's had problems staying healthy. He hasn't been healthy 2 out of the last 4 years. Deshaun Watson missed, and 2 out of the last 3 years, neither is Lamar Jackson. Last year was the first year in 3 years where Lamar Jackson was healthy the whole year. So, and the Ravens lost 3 starting offensive linemen and 3 starters on defense. They're probably going to have some problems. They could replace guys, they could keep going, but it probably won't be at the same level. And they had a very good year last year. And you know what? The whole AFC North is going to be tough. I'm not downplaying that at all. You see where he had Pittsburgh? Hit Pittsburgh with a double-digit loss season. They haven't had a losing season in over 20 years. He had them at 7-10. Maybe, maybe not. I don't know what Pittsburgh's long-term plan is. I know they extended Mike Tomlin to 3 years, but they don't have a quarterback under contract past this year. Najee Harris isn't getting extended either. He didn't get his 5th-year option picked up. So I mean I don't know what they're going to do next year. They might do other things, but if you figured you'd want to get a 5th year under a rookie deal if you plan on keeping the guy. They're probably going to let Najee Harris walk. They might let Fields and Wilson walk, but that depends on how they do. So I mean, just the long term. Meanwhile, we've got people under contract. We're working out a deal with Amari Cooper. We have more stability. You think what you're seeing now with the Amari Cooper thing, yeah, it's not great. It's not a good situation. Of course, you want him in minicamp. You don't want him missing any time. You don't want this happening. That's understandable, of course. But you have to remember, this is a rich person's problem. This is a rich team's problem. We're keeping people. We're keeping good players. That's a good sign. It's a very good sign. Sign that this team has turned a corner. Take it 1 week at a time, like Ed in Columbus said, my guy. Take it 1 game at a time. And you know what? I cannot wait until this season starts. I'm very excited for this team. And we all should be. We have a good team, guys. We have a very good team. We have a great opportunity here to do something special with this roster. And I want everybody to understand that. And I was listening to another show today, and a colleague and a friend was on the show. She was actually on my Friday night show, was Cameron Justice. And she said on another podcast, I think it was Quincy Carrier's podcast I was listening to, that Nick Chubb is squatting, meaning he is doing squats. How much weight? She didn't say. But she's a very good source, a very reliable source. If Nick Chubb is doing squats 3 months before the opener, there's a good chance he's going to be ready in the first month of the season. I'd say a very good chance. I'm talking like 85% chance if he's squatting now. And I remember being at that Jets game last year. It was the last home game. He came out 6 weeks after that second surgery, walked up those stairs, put on the goggles, smashed the guitar, walked down the stairs without a limp and under his own power and no crutches. The man is superhuman if he comes back and is productive. I'm hoping he comes back like Adrian Peterson, better than ever. And I'm hoping that each and every one of us, every Sunday, when I come on here after every game with my colleagues of the Fanatical Elves Network, we're talking about a lot of wins this year. And I'm hoping by Christmas time, we're talking playoff seeding. Can we get the number 1 seed? Can we host playoff games? We have a good team. And I'm not crazy. I might look crazy. I might act crazy, but I'm not crazy. But you know what? Don't ever forget. I'll see you guys tomorrow night at 9:30. I'll be back. I'll have more to talk about. Don't ever forget, when the river burns, it always burns brown and orange. Have a great night.